This is my 2019 Honda Monkey in Banana Yellow. This is a really fun little mini moto. It's great for commuting, which is what I use it for. Putzing around the neighborhood, if you want to go grab some groceries, as long as you have a backpack. Who it is not for? Not for kids. It looks like it's a kid's bike. It's 125cc. It can still get up to about 60 miles an hour, so I would not recommend this for kids. It's definitely an adult bike. It is a lot of fun. It is small. It is cute, but really not for kids. If you want to get a kid's bike, get them something on 50cc's or something like that. It is lots of fun though. Even though it's 125cc, you're not going to win any races with it. You can do wheelies, you can do stoppies, you can do all sorts of squidding type of things on it. That's never really been my thing, but it can be done on this little bike. It's fine in the rain. It does have small wheels. It has these 12-inch wheels. Which you got to be a little bit careful. It makes the steering a little bit twitchy, and you don't have a ton of ground contact with them. But I've ridden this in the rain a couple of times, and I've had no issues at all as long as you're careful. It does have, interestingly, a lower weight capacity than the Honda Grom, even though the Honda Grom, these bikes are basically both based off of the Honda Grom platform. The Honda Grom has a single shock. This one has dual, as you can see. But for whatever reason, the weight capacity of this bike is, I think, 230 pounds. It says it down here on the chain guard. The capacity here, 229 pounds. I don't know if it'll focus here, but right there you can see 229. I am about 200 pounds, and with a backpack with a computer in it and everything, I'm pretty close to that limit. And as long as I don't hit any major speed bumps, it has not really been a problem. I've probably bottomed it out once or twice, but it was really not a big deal. The big comfortable seat makes it still quite comfortable going over little bumps and little potholes and things like that. I'm here in New York State. We've got plenty of potholes around, and they're fine. Some of the things I don't like about this bike, there's a lot more things I do like about it than I don't, but some of the things I don't like about it is the capacity. Like I just mentioned, the weight capacity I wish was a little bit higher so that I'd be a little more comfortable. That can be fixed with aftermarket shocks. There is no tachometer, so there's a nice cute little display here, and I'll turn it on. This is one of my favorite things about this entire bike. It has this cute little startup animation with the little monkey eyes blinking at you. I like that. The display is fine. It's functional. It's got your speed, your how many miles you've got. It has a little fuel gauge, and you can see here you've got lights for neutral, check engine, if you have your blinkers on, if you have your high beams on, and then there's another button if you have the ABS model. In 2019, the yellow did not have ABS, only the red one did. I've found that hasn't been a problem. I've not had any issues with the front locking up or anything like that. As long as you're careful, I think that's fine. And if you're one of those people who likes to do stoppies and tricks like that, you actually don't want that ABS. You don't want that to prevent you from doing the stoppies if you want it to lock up on you. Not much in the way of accessories from Honda. There is a rear rack, and that's actually the only accessory that you can get directly from them. You can get aftermarket exhaust, which a lot of people do. I actually like the way this exhaust looks quite a bit, but it does decrease the ground clearance quite a bit with the catalytic converter, and this is just rather far down, so a lot of the aftermarket exhausts, they just kind of come around and go straight back up, which is going to raise your ground clearance by 2 or 3 inches. For me, I like the look of it, and I don't plan on taking this off-road, so it's really not that big of a deal. You can do light off-roading with this bike. You can do take it onto gravel, but I wouldn't really be going on any real off-roading. A lot of people really don't like the tail light fixture, or the license plate, this thing holder here. There's a lot of kits you can get that'll delete, and you can just put your plate right here. I don't mind it so much. I don't really care too much. For me, this bike is really just kind of a little fun commuting vehicle. I don't really want to spend a lot of time or money making modifications to it. I'm pretty happy with it the way it stands. So one reason I got this bike is I was commuting to the train station. I live about a mile away from the train station. I would commute on an electric bicycle, but the electric bicycle just wasn't quite fast enough. The road is a 25 mile an hour road that everybody does 30 or 35. So I just wanted to be able to go a little bit quicker, and you can do that with this bike. So real quick, I'll go through a couple of features. You can see it has a really nice big LED headlight on the front. Real big turn signals. There's your horn right there. Nice little horn. And this side panel will come off. You can see, you can put your key in there, and then the whole thing will just pop right off, and there's a couple little tools underneath it. You've got your helmet lock right here, which is kind of nice that that's integrated. Because it's so deep into the bike, it does come with a helmet, like a kind of an extension that you can use. I went ahead and I just bought one of these instead. So this is just it's like a reminder wire if you're using a lock on your disc brakes, which I don't bother with that, but I do use this to make a loop to hang my helmet onto. Let's put that back down. So that's about it. It's a really, really fun little bike. It's comfortable. It rides really well. I'll show some footage here of me riding it and doing kind of a top speed pass. It is little. It's itty bitty. It's fun. You can easily get both feet on the ground when you're straddling it. So you can see my pocket is well above the seat there. It's kind of fun. You look a little silly, but that's kind of the point. It's called a Honda Monkey for a reason. You look like a giant monkey when you're riding this thing. So anyway, there she is. Lots of fun. I highly recommend getting one. It is a little bit expensive for what it is, but I anticipate it lasting a very, very long time. I already got it on. I got it in neutral. Start it right up. That's my cold start. Monster. 9 horsepower I think she's got. Maybe 9.5 horsepower, 1.5 gallon tank. Let me check my mirrors, make sure they look okay. I think they do. We're in the first, and let's go for a little ride. Coming to a stop is great. You can easily put both feet down on any kind of road. So that's gives you a little confidence. Shifting is okay. It's a little bit sloppy. It's not the tightest thing in the world. We've got 4 gears. This lady, make sure she sees me. She does. The wheels are small, right? It's got 12-inch wheels, so it's a little bit little of my neighbor there. So here I'm doing 35, which is maybe a little over the speed limit on this road. I'll slow her down just a little. But you can see I got somebody behind me, but I can keep up no problem and stay a little in front of them. When I'm on just a normal bicycle on this route, which is what I used to take, I just wasn't fast enough, and it was a little bit dangerous with cars past me. Got my turn signal on here. Come through this way. We're gonna go right over to my train station. This is where I park in the mornings. It's fun to have my little tiny bike parked with all these cars. This is our little main area of town. But anyway, that was my commute. Let's go see if I can do a quick high-speed run. So the question is, am I even going to be able to trip the light? I don't know if I can. I'll try, but I might get stuck here. So I'm going to go way off to the side so I can be ready to turn around if necessary, or move up a little to get somebody behind me. To trip the magnets. I don't even know where they are. Sensors. Looks like they're to my right here. While we're sitting here, what else can I talk about? The brakes are good. I do not have the ABS on this one. This is a 2019, and in 2019 only Red had the ABS option, so I just have to be a little careful with my throttle. Oh, there's my green light. Alright, got somebody behind me. So I don't have ABS, so I just need to be careful not to do a stoppie. I gotta look out for guys like this. But what's nice is that even though it's a little teeny tiny motorcycle, I do have a nice big LED headlight on it, so I am about as visible as any other bike would be. I've got big turn signals on it. Alright, we're gonna kind of get up to speed here. I got guys behind me. So what I'm gonna do is keep an eye on what lane they're in. Looks like they're staying over here. Alright, I'm now in my top gear. I'm in 4th gear. Just about 40. Obviously the wind's gonna push me around quite a bit. I'm gonna move over into this left lane. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're off to the races. First gear, second gear, third gear, and 4th gear. That's all she's got. I got a lot of wind against me. So this is a quick ride on the 2019 Honda Monkey. Super fun. For short rides, beautiful. Wouldn't really want to take it on the highway or do anything, you know, real long distance. But for just putzing around town and having a good time, little commutes, little rides, it's awesome. It's super duper fun. I can't help but smile every time I get in this thing or on this thing. Great time. Good job, Honda. Catch it, and then what I've been doing that seems to work pretty well. Hold it up, as I just run around backwards like this. Alright, and I try and do it. Oh, I should have put the kickstand down. Well, I can do it once I get a little closer. Obviously, I try to do this without touching the car. Up. There we go. Kickstand. Okay. There we go. That side's good. Start to cut. I wanted to hit the car. Gotta make sure that we're over far enough. Good. Get past that. Okay, the wheels are down, going over a little. Make sure I got space for that. All right, and well, that's really going to be about it for the day. So I'll lock the handlebars. You got to twist it just a little bit. So as you're pushing down, you can't be all the way over and pushing down, or it won't go into the lock position. So just move it 2-3 inches, and then it allows you to move over all the way into that lock position. So there she is, tucked away in the garage. Oh, I'm going to put this back on here so I don't forget for next time when I actually get off the bike instead of just going for a little ride. And that's it. Let's have her go bye-bye.